All right, so is our plan to take a long rest here?
In the little tiny room here?
Yeah.
No, in the guest room.
No, we moved to the guest room. All right, so
Yeah.
for the rest, Nath will cast Private Sanctum section. Place a
No,
D and C.
you're cutting out real bad.
Oh, jeez. So I'm doing a Private Sanctum in B.
Okay.
Does that come across? And I'm putting alarms at the entries from A, D, and C.
Okay.
And those are the kinds of alarms that trigger in your mind, right?
Yeah.
So I'm putting something similar near A, which is that I'm going to put in a magic mouth, which plays the sound of us discussing right behind this door. Such that if something tries to sneak in and kill us, we'll hear it doing so, and then we won't actually be right behind that door.
Wait, so what's the sound that it makes?
It's the sound of us having a conversation, like two of us,
Okay.
about just like any random conversation.
About jam.
About jam.
Okay.
Yeah. And 1 second here, because it turns out I did just cast Magic Mouth. And so does everyone remember what time it is?
It's time to mute you on Discord, yes.
Yes.
Let's do that real quick.
I'm Mr. M with a munching mouth. My mouth.
Oh my god. I have a CD somewhere with all of those songs on it.
Here.
I have the entire...
You're my favorite.
That was pretty great.
That was my favorite.
I bought that entire series off of eBay at one point, just out of pure blind nostalgia.
I imagine in Ferocity's version, it's actually, the lyrics are like, I'm Mr. M, I'm a magic mouth.
Yes, actually, yes.
Alright, so you guys set up your alarms and your wards. Are you hanging out in the center room, or are you hanging out in B?
I'm happy.
I think Riot's going to put up her mansion door at the north end of B.
Okay. Oh, so you try to put up the mansion door?
Yeah.
Okay, and the mansion door is there.
Right, we'll walk through. Let's find out what actually happens here.
You gotta open the door first.
Yeah, alright, opens the door.
And when you open the door, you're looking down like the jaws of some enormous monster. There are teeth lining the top and bottom of the door. Instead of a floor, you've got this lolling tongue.
We've tried this before.
Oh, have we?
Yes, last campaign the exact same thing happened.
Okay.
It's
I don't
okay.
remember that.
Riot wouldn't know that.
Yeah. Nick had also forgotten. And Riot quickly shuts the door. It's like, okay, time to spread out the federals.
Not sleeping in there ever again.
I've got plenty of jam.
I don't want any jam. I'm not hungry. I'm just tired.
Okay. Nath, do you have any spells securing this door here?
No, I haven't placed any spells on doors.
Okay. Everybody but Riot, roll a d4.
Is that because Riot's not taking a walk?
That's exactly why. That's literally the reason why.
4.
3.
It's not like, I mean,
2.
to be fair, Riot's perception isn't any good, so why would she ever take watch?
Nath got a 1 on that roll.
Who got this?
I thought it was because Riot is trying to prove that she could take a watch while sleeping.
Who got
this
the 4?
I got the 4.
Liberation.
Hey.
While your companions are all in here snoring away,
Die instant.
the door
Yes.
comes open and just kind of opens a crack. Creaks open a few inches.
Liberation has a stool leg, points it at the door.
You have a stool leg?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing comes through it. It just opens a crack, a couple inches.
And you anything peering in?
No, just you see the void beyond, just as though you would have opened it normally.
Hello?
Nothing.
Step over there and whip the door open completely.
Open it completely. You're just looking at the void on the other side.
Liberation takes a stool leg and smacks it against something solid and says, hey, guys.
You all are jarred awake by the sound of him striking the table with this stool leg.
Liberation. I didn't do that during my watch.
This door opened by itself.
So close it.
These old huts, they settle. It's fine.
Liberation
Did
has
you
not
go-
let the door close yet.
Did you go through?
No.
Good. Maybe you have some sense after all. Right, goes back to sleep.
Liberation stands there, propping the door open the entire time until someone else takes over.
So you're keeping the door open the whole time?
Yes.
I think you rolled the 4. I think your last watch.
You are, yes. So everybody go ahead and take the benefits of the long rest.
Liberation's very pouty when everyone wakes up.
Do you want some jam?
No.
I got some with sardines in.
It sounds absolutely unappetizing.
And the next morning, none of the alarms were tripped. The magic mouth never went off.
Liberation still has the door propped open.
Do we want to go into Liberation's door? I mean, might as well. There's nothing else to do here.
I mean, we could. Sure, why not?
All right.
Yeah. Right goes to the door.
And it takes you to where you're expecting.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh
look at
no,
this.
not this.
When you come back out into the small room, you notice that anything in this room that you had moved, anything you had changed, for example, you had to pry the lid off of that barrel, has been set back in place, the nails hammered back in the spot. The sign, which was a little crooked, has been righted. Looks like the floor has been freshly swept.
Liberation pulls in a deep breath and says, "Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy." Kelian, do me a
What?
favor. Can you pry open that barrel again? As I have a really sinking feeling about what's about to find on the other side of this.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Kelian pries open the barrel with his crowbar again.
Okay, you take the crowbar, pry the barrel open, once again looking down at the depths of it.
Liberation crawls back into the barrel and down the ladder.
Okay. In
And-
Liberation, you find yourself dangling from the ladder, but
But
No
that's
rope.
exactly what I
the
thought.
rope is gone.
Of course it is. Okay.
Liberation climbs back up, puts his arms over the sides of the barrel, and looks at Kelian and just has this look of utter defeat and just like he's a puppy that's just been kicked. Like that's the expression Liberation's got on his face right now.
Oh, those of you who had the curse can wipe that now. That's gone.
I don't even remember what that
fantastic.
curse was anymore.
What about, I have a -3 max HP, I believe, from one of the death guys. Is that still there?
No, that after a long rest, you're fine on that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, your max HP is back to normal.
Then I got back my hit dice, and my ward is back to full. Okay. And one more spell to pick.
Put it in the ward.
So what's next?
Aside from the room with the non-Euclidean space climb, are there any other doors or stairways we haven't checked?
No, I mean, well, can we see the other map for a second?
Absolutely. I'm good at this job.
There's this one that we couldn't open with the Modron. I want to be very
Right.
clear about that. We still haven't opened that.
Yeah. Let's see about trying harder on that one.
You can cast Knock, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, after a long rest, I can cast whatever you want me to cast.
Well, that means I won't
No.
prepare it.
Back to the Modron then.
Okay, so what route are you using to get there?
I think it's B to E, right? Because the E connects to the alpha room.
Ego straight there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the strongest
Oh no, it
person in
doesn't.
this group?
Oh yeah,
It might
E's
actually be
up there.
Liberation.
he's right there.
Oh, your rope came back. Let's take care of that.
Yep.
It's fine. We're adventurers. We got plenty of rope.
Liberation, if I cast Fly on you, can you fly each of us through that room?
Yeah, sure.
Why would you not just cast Fly on all of us?
Because it takes a much higher valency to
Oh, I see.
do a mass fly like that.
I don't think Riot has ever seen him cast Fly that wasn't everybody, so like in her mind, that's the default Fly.
All right, so I think the plan is step onto the bottom rung of the ladder, and I will just kind of ferry people back and forth straight to the stairs.
Okay, so you're taking 4 trips.
Yeah.
Now you're going to the stairs?
To be clear-
I thought you were going into the door down here.
Yeah, we're going to E.
We're going through E.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
And to be clear, when Ferocity gets dropped off, she immediately goes through the door. She's not sitting in
Yeah.
that horrible room.
Yeah, no one's lollygagging.
Yeah, I wanna step through, take a minute before let it do its thing, then come back through.
Liberation, who do you take first?
I will take Riot.
Take Riot.
Okay, yeah. Riot wants to get this over with.
Who do you take second?
Nath.
And who do you take third?
Ferocity.
So Nath and Riot, you make it through the door through E.
Mm-hmm.
Liberation and Ferocity, I need a Constitution saving throw.
God damn it, Brick Road.
I'm gonna burn another key point. That's
12.
better.
12.
18.
Ferocity, once again, you feel your tongue in your mouth blowed up as the thrum
Oh, that's right.
comes up from below. There's just blast of pressure. So any charisma checks involving speech are made at disadvantage while you are cursed. And then you take Kelian last, and there is no issue.
Okay, so we are through E now, huh?
Yeah.
There we go.
Back in the library, and there's a couple things we were thinking about trying as last resort in the library. One was this door, and the other was the floor, which I'm not feeling too sanguine about.
He's on this one.
There's also acres of library books, and then the oily stuff in the middle of the room. And once again, right, as you come through the door, because you were one of the first who came. Actually, you were the first that came through.
Yeah, that was the first one. Yeah.
And once again, for a split second, when you come in the door, you think you hear whispering or muttering on the far side of the room, and then it ceases immediately.
It doesn't. Does it seem like the same thing that I felt with Detect Thoughts? Does this whispering and those thoughts seem like different things?
Do you have any way to be sure? Do you have any way of knowing?
Well, you told me before that the tech thoughts I said were like animal-like prey, and so now you're saying that these whispers are like speech.
It sounds like a person muttering very, very lightly, and muffled because it's on the other side of that curtain at the far side of the room, maybe. Whether or not it's the same creature, that's your guess.
Yeah,
that's up to you.
Yeah. I don't think Riot thinks it's the same creature just because it's using language.
Maybe we need to lube up this Modron.
Nath, do you have True Sight?
Nath, do you have your microphone muted?
Not today, Riot.
Okay. I could swear there's something else in here, but I can't find any trace of it no matter how hard I look. Anyway.
So what's going on in the middle of the room here?
Ferocity is going to try scooping up some of this oil. This gunk.
In what?
You got those
In
bottles?
a little jar of jam. Emptied bottle of jam.
In one of these, in one of the empties.
Yeah, one of the
you
empties.
scoop up a fair amount of this somewhat viscous liquid, like it's almost syrupy a little bit, and it's very black. And as you scoop it up out of the mass of it, and you just see like the sheen on the side of the jar, it has almost a metallic sheen to it.
Well, Modrons are made out of metal. Let's try
Gonna try
dunking up
polishing
this
the Modron?
Yeah.
Okay.
Polish the Modron?
I'm just... Ferocity's like, well, there's like shit in here, and also this guy. Let's try that out.
Is Ferocity trained in medicine?
No.
Okay. So Ferocity sets to work using this liquid to spread and polish on the Modron. Is she doing this with her bare hands?
No, I mean, I got a rag.
Okay, using a rag.
Yeah. You don't want to get that junk on your hands.
After working for a few minutes, and after your rag becomes completely soaked, I mean, you can't really avoid getting part of it on your hands. It feels a little bit stingy. Like, it's not burning you, it's not causing you damage, but you're pretty sure you wouldn't want to smear it all over your face.
I'm gonna stand up. I don't think this is helping.
Is Ferocity still wearing the Modron hat?
I was never wearing a Modron hat.
never-
I was just wearing a very large hat.
A very large hat. Okay.
Yes.
Are you still wearing the very large hat?
Yes.
Great.
Okay.
Do you want to try knock on the door, Riot?
Sure. Yeah, let's do
Everybody else
that.
stand clear.
I was gonna put the large hat on the Modron.
No, yeah.
That doesn't make
We
sense.
all got that you wanted to play dress up with the Modron.
I did.
Well, in one room you find Modron hats, so obviously that must be the puzzle.
Riot stops for a second and thinks, is it? Anyway.
There's got to be a terrible adventure game out there where the puzzle's to put a hat on a statue or a mannequin or something that it opens.
Oh
the door.
yeah.
You guys said you were standing back there, right? Riot's basically just waiting for that to happen.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Alright. And Riot's going to cast Knock on the Door.
And you get the signature sound of the knock, and you see the door kind of absorb the magic of the spell. You see the door shudder and vibrate in place. It sends reverberations out through the walls and down the arm of this Modron who's outstretched, but the door does not open.
Huh. How much magic are we willing to waste here? Because I could try dispelling whatever that was and then casting Knock again.
Let me do it. I'll do it this
No,
as well.
wait. I think I remember trying that before, and it didn't end well for me.
Oh, that's
I do
right.
have a more extreme option.
What's that?
I prepared anti-magic field this morning. I can nullify all magic within 10 feet of me. So
Sure, let's
we
do
can
that.
cast that and then see if Kelian can open the door with more conventional means. But that's my highest valence.
I mean,
Well-
we're kind of up against it right now. Don't really have a lot of other options.
Well, I got a quick question.
Mhm.
What's on? And I'm saying this to Nath. How far out does the anti-magic field go?
10 feet.
Does it go beneath you?
It's a sphere.
What would happen if an intensely magical hut suddenly had everything within 10 feet of it disappear?
I'm assuming a hut this intensely magical won't be affected by the sphere. Just the local enchantments. Could be wrong. Could destroy all of space-time within the local area. It's magically sustained.
That's a very Terran answer.
Sure, that makes sense. And Ferocity stands 15 feet back from Nath.
She disappears through the door. She's going back down to the jam room.
Kelian?
This is an appropriate death, Kelian thinks to himself.
Oh, so Kelian's standing inside of the sphere when Nath casts the spell. Where's Riot standing when this goes down?
Little bit outside of it.
Okay.
This is
And
a
yeah,
pretty
cast
cool death.
anti-magic sphere.
Okay. You cast the sphere, and immediately, Riot, make an insight check at disadvantage.
Okay, well, I'm not great at those the best of times.
Well, you're half proficient in them.
Oh, no, I'm full proficient to them. That's actually a good skill of mine for some reason.
Well, insight's very handy for
Riot always knows
Yeah.
what other people are thinking. She just ignores it.
16.
16. Riot, you've made good friends with Modrons in the past. You played band with
Oh, yeah.
one of them for a little while.
Good old Tasbit.
When Nath casts this spell, you're not sure why. You can't see the thing's face. You're on the wrong side of it. But you're pretty sure that it's had some kind of effect on it. Nath,
Is it moving?
no, it's not moving at all.
Okay.
So yeah, it's up to what Nath decides to do now.
First of all, I'm just going to poke my staff into this carpet. Does it still sink through?
It seems to go down quite a bit.
Non-magical. Interesting. All right, Kelian, let's see if you can't get that door open.
Nath, you actually cannot move forward. When you try, it's like pushing through just a wall of force. And you see the edge of your anti-magic field is bumping up against the door itself like a solid object, refusing to let it closer.
Riot tells Nath to stay there. Stay where he is. And don't drop the spell. And I want to try talking to the Modron. With message.
With message?
Yeah.
What's the message?
Oh, yeah. Right, I'm in the field.
Well, even if you're not in the field, if the target's in the field.
Yeah, the target's in the field. Okay, so that won't work. But I'm just going to try talking to the Modron.
What do you say? And in what language?
I've got common, abyssal, aquanin, water trade. Probably not underwater trade. Is probably a bad idea. Common, I guess.
Okay.
I'm going to say, are you okay? Can you speak?
And there's no response.
Hold up, Riot. I'm
Yeah.
going to use a language that everyone can understand. The language of song.
I'm standing in an animagic field.
And I'm going to take out my microphone
Mm-hmm.
and use my abacus to compute an intensely enjoyable mathematics sequence play for this Modron.
Make a... Make an intelligence performance check.
Oh,
But you can
man.
make it at advantage because you've got the abacus.
I'm real good at those.
In my head,
Yeah,
head,
that's a 26.
Ferocity is just singing the digits of pi.
I'm just thinking of the binary solo in the Flight of the Conchords robot song.
And this bizarre, like, rigidly, but also somewhat, like, alluringly clacking happens? As she fills the room with mathematically pleasing music.
Okay.
Which, to be fair, is all music.
Right, what you're reading, you standing this close and watching.
Yeah,
the difference
I'm
now.
like studying the Modron.
And you think you're seeing imperceptible like changes in the thing's body language somehow, but you still can't see its face from this side.
And I can't. And it's like completely blocking the door, right? I can't get around to see its face.
No, you can squeeze around it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that then.
Okay. And
I don't
its
know why I
arm-
wasn't doing it the entire time.
Yeah, Liberation did it last session because he got zapped by the door, as I recall.
Yeah.
So coming around, this time you see the Modron's eyes are open,
Mhm.
and you can tell the thing is paralyzed or somehow stuck in place. But if it wasn't, you could see it would be screaming in fear. That's what you're reading in this thing's eyes and on its facial expression. But it does seem that the music in the room is having a somewhat calming effect on it. Like the fear is retreating back down to just a more like general anxiety or nervousness.
Yeah, Riot calls out to Ferocity, I think this is actually working. Keep it up.
And Ferocity responds, "Of course, everyone loves music."
But after another minute or so of playing, there's no further change
Okay.
in the Modron's expression. So how long does this animatic field stay up?
An hour?
An hour? So you guys have an hour to try stuff then.
So how slowly is it moving, Riot? Like, does it look like it's moving at all?
I don't think it's moving at all. It's conscious, but it's paralyzed, and I don't know anything about. I don't know much about Modrons. Is it like a poison thing? Is that what's going on?
I'm
Could be.
going to move up to the Modron, and I'm going to put my hand on it, and I'm going to cast Identify
You can't.
and see
It's
what's
an
affecting the Modron.
It's an animagic.
Oh, right. Fucking... Nath, can't you
Right.
just back up?
Do you want me to take the field
Yeah.
off?
No, don't. That's the only thing that's like helping it. I don't know. It had some effect.
I mean, it must be suppressing some sort of, I don't know, petrification or other magical curse. Do you have any magic that can break a curse or remove petrification if I move away?
No,
I don't.
me neither. I'm gonna try a medicine check on it though. To see if I
Liberation cracks his knuckles.
Make a medicine check. Do it. It's let's call it intelligence medicine.
Okay. Why is it? Medicine is usually wisdom. Is this intelligence medicine?
Yeah, do intelligence medicine.
Okay, gotcha. Womp womp. It's a 3.
A 3. And just Modron physiology just baffles you.
Yeah.
Liberation steps forward, cracks his knuckles a little bit, and says, "When I get over to the other side, back off, Nath, okay?"
Sure.
Moop. And 4 key points to remove curse.
To remove
Should I
curse?
back up first?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to, otherwise this wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And as soon as Nath moves the anti-magic field back, you see the thing's eyes close all the way. You see all of the emotion drain from its face, and it reverts to just the stock statue form that you first saw.
Okay. So there is something going on with it.
But the remove curse didn't do anything?
Not yet.
Okay.
So that's when you're going to remove for curse once Nath's out of the way.
Yes.
And
It's 4
the
key
thing
points.
immediately crumples to the ground in a heap.
Whoa. Healing word.
Cast healing word. How many hit points does that get back?
He gets 4 hit points.
Okay.
Get 5,000 credits.
So the thing is definitely alive. I mean, it's difficult to tell, but there are signs of life. You're not looking for like a rising and falling check. But you guys have been around Modrons enough. They weren't all my dice, by the way.
Good job.
What happened there?
I
Just knocked over the bag?
they were all sitting on a book, and I just whacked the book, and it opened and spilled them all off the table. So that'll be fun to step on later.
Those
The thing is
D4s,
not
they're like little caltrops.
doesn't look conscious. Looks like it's asleep.
What's
While
the
they're
door
doing
looking-
that... No, sorry.
What's the door looking like now?
Door, no change.
Okay.
While they're
Can
doing
we-
that, I'm going to walk back here. Does the field have any effect on this pool
Nope,
when I pass over it? And then do I get the same pressure when I approach this door?
you do not.
If I open the
Oh, I'm
door,
sorry.
is it...
This back door here? Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't a door.
Seems
This
to
is
be-
a curtain. That's right.
Right, yeah. Okay, so it seems like the anti-magic can't push through. I'd
The
probably
portal.
shatter the field if I tried to push it up against these doors.
Okay.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Can you come back here a bit?
Yeah.
Because you were having an effect on it before.
I'm assuming it was partly suppressing that curse or whatever that Liberation
maybe.
just removed.
So Nath comes back up to the Modron, and after he's in the anti-magic field again, the thing stirs and awakens, and its eyes start darting around the room.
Like smelling salts.
And it looks
Oh,
like
more magic keeping it asleep.
it's in pain. Whatever the Modron equivalent is of like clutching your stomach and doubling over in pain is what he's doing now. And you see his
I'm
mouth.
gonna try to wipe some of that schmutz off of it.
doesn't actually seem to bother him that much. But make a
Oh, okay.
It's clearly Nath. It's
make a perception check as you're doing that. The thing opens its mouth a few times, but no sound comes out. What's that perception check?
11.
11. You notice the smeary stuff that you were polishing the side has kind of started to pool and congeal on a couple of scratches that you didn't notice before. And looking closely, you see the seams of this Modron where the cubes come together. You're pretty sure that the side of this creature has been removed with tools at some point.
Yuck.
That's not something that you would typically see in Sigil. Like, doing
Modron.
that to a Modron would be literal torture. The thing does seem to calm down after a few moments when he realizes there's no like hostility towards it.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
ask
play
again.
my song for it again now that it's more conscious.
Yeah.
I always love a perceptive audience.
Now I'll ask it again in common. Can you understand us? Are you okay?
Make an insight check.
Okay. I just discovered I'm good at these.
Turns out Riot's good at everything.
This is a 11.
An 11?
Yeah.
It makes some motions with its mouth, and you realize that it can't speak.
Huh. Okay.
It's been damaged in some way, or it's not capable of speech.
Okay.
If we had Mahogany here, he could probably
Regenerate it right back, yeah.
yeah.
Right? Do you want me to back off and you can try and talk to him in his mind?
Yeah. Let's see if it falls asleep again once you back off.
And it backs off, and it does, again, fall inert.
Okay. This is gonna be a problem because there are
Can you
plenty
dispel
of
him? Can you try and dispel whatever's putting it to sleep?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me try that. I'm gonna try and dispel. I'll cast dispel magic on the enchantment that is keeping it asleep.
At what level?
I'm feeling bold today. I'll cast it at 4th level, let's say.
4?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a roll.
Okay. I always kind of felt like the level you cast it at should give you a bonus to this roll. You know?
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh.
How about a
Oh.
30?
A 30?
Wait, what do you add
No,
to this?
you don't add your thing, but you do add half your proficiency because you're a fucking bard.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. So 24. Or no, 21.
You cast the magic, and it has a dampening effect on whatever enchantment is. You see the thing's eyes open groggily, and it tries to get back to its feet, but it's having great difficulty. So the thing is like awake and conscious, but it's extremely exhausted and lethargic. What you've done is you're pretty sure you suppressed the magic for a time, but it was incredibly powerful.
Okay. Then I'll use this time to cast or to try and communicate with it via message.
Okay, and what's the message?
Who are you? Are you okay? How did you come to be here?
Which of those questions do you ask?
I can get all of those in one message.
Okay, which one do you ask first?
Who are you?
And he identifies himself as Cube.
Yeah. We saved Cube, guys.
Well,
Sort
Did
of.
we?
I mean, to Riot, he's like, really? A Modron? Come on, named Cube?
Yeah.
right, rolls her eyes.
Hi, I'm
Yeah.
Tiefling. This is human.
Oh hi, I'm human. This is my friend Tiefling. This is my other friend Tiefling.
Like a rabbit named Rabbit.
Yeah. I'll ask what happened to you.
And you see him glancing between you and the door that you saw him reaching for, and then back up at you. And he asks you, he holds up his arm to grasp yours, and he asks you to help him down the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Wait, down these stairs?
Down these stairs.
The Infinity
Are-
Cold.
Okay. And I'll explain to the rest of them. Nath, turn the field off. We got to help this guy down the stairs.
I'll just stay 15 feet behind you.
Okay, yeah, don't turn it off because that's your highest thing.
Well,
the
you
thing is,
literally won't be able to enter this room.
you can't get to the stairs.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'd break the field if I push it up against the door. Do we want to try and open the door while I have it pushed up against it first?
Somebody else can try and do
The
that.
thing
Yeah,
is,
I'll give it
the
a go.
field should suppress the blast at least.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
I'll give
Give
it a
it-
go.
And yeah, the door doesn't blast you, but it also doesn't open. It's still sealed.
Okay.
That's weak.
Does it seem
Let's go down the
like
stairs.
does it shake like a locked door, or is it like it just doesn't move at all?
It does nothing. It does literally nothing. No
Got
feedback.
it. Okay.
Doesn't jostle on its hinges, nothing like that. Who is helping Riot help Cube down the stairs? Remember, he weighs 350 pounds.
Yeah. Well, he can't walk, right?
He can, but very haltingly and only with assistance.
Okay, so
I'll
liberation.
get on the other side. Yeah.
You and I help him. Yeah.
As they're helping him down, I'll be down in a minute or two, and I'm just gonna do a quick once over of the room and see. I won't step on the carpet, but I'll see if there's anything that there's any illusions that this suppresses or anything like that before I drop the field.
Once over the room, you realize as you're walking around the room, the carpets, as you move past them, droop slightly as they're inside of your field, then kind of pop back to attention, like the individual, like yarny strands of carpet. We're talking like a 1970s shag carpet.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, nothing immediate.
Okay. I'll drop the field and follow along.
Okay. So Riot and Liberation are helping Cube down these stairs. And with one arm, he's got draped up over Riot's shoulder. And with his other arm, he's doing incantations, motions with his hands, casting little cantrips. And you realize that he's suppressing the magic on the stairs. And you arrive in a small room, about the size of A and B here, but underneath this floor. But it looks almost identical to those two rooms. You come down the stairs on one side, and you must have only come down maybe 20, maybe 30 feet of stairs, but you're in a little alcove with library books reaching out of sight above you. And then he responds to your most recent message. He gives you the description of a particular book and just points way up top.
And
this is
Riot will ask. Yeah. Riot asks, "What about that book?"
He says there has been a catastrophe inside the hut that he was unable to stop. And
Liberation laughs.
He fears.
A little bit at that.
You laugh at him? What a
No,
dick!
just like
You laughing at Cube?
You don't even hear this. We can't talk to him through regular language.
Oh, my bad.
They're messaging. But yeah, he says there's been a catastrophe that he was unable to stop, and he fears that the master is in great danger.
We've come to help Eldove. Do you know where he is?
And he nods, but he says we need that book first.
I mean, yeah, at that point,
Okay.
Nath
Alright,
is just climbing the bookshelf.
Riot will describe the book to Nath and say, "Let's go."
There's no ladder, right? It's just climb up the shelf.
That's probably not how Cube does it, but yeah, you could climb the shelves.
Quick question before we separate the group: is anybody a level multiple of 5?
We got all the references today, man. All the references. Who's climbing the shelves in search of this book?
Oh god, I'm 15. Yeah, Nath's climbing the shelf.
Okay. Climbing the shelves is not terribly difficult. I mean, it's kind of exhausting. It's a lot of work. But searching the shelves as you climb, eventually you're going to require strength checks to make sure you don't lose your grip and fall.
Wait, he didn't point to a specific book?
He gave us a description.
He gave Riot a description and pointed way up top. So you're still going to have to go search.
Fly up there?
Yeah, I'm going to search the other.
I'm,
Did it say which alcove it was in? A or B?
Oh, he's in C. You're down in Cube's room right now in C. Because this is the third library.
I'm going to climb up there with
okay, gotcha.
with Nath, Brick Road.
So here's the thing. Featherfall is a lower spell slot than Fly.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's why I was doing it, just in case he fucked up. I had Featherfall ready.
I've got Featherfall.
All right, so Nath and Ferocity. Each of you go ahead and make me an intelligence investigation check at disadvantage, because you're splitting your attention, keeping grip on this as you're climbing up. What are the other two are you doing? Liberation and Kelian.
Kelian is just staring in awe.
It's 14.
14?
12.
Ferocity got 12?
I've never known
Okay.
Kelian to
Both of
be
you
in awe
make
of
a
anything.
strength saving throw. DC is only 10.
Made it.
I fall, but I've got Featherfall.
Okay, so you meant to do that, basically. Nath, go ahead and you're basically going to alternate these
Okay.
2 checks until something good happens.
Riot is how high up is Nath right now?
He's gone up at least 50, 60 feet.
Okay,
Okay.
Riot is gonna cast Enhance ability on him
Okay.
through the Trident.
There you go. That'll do it.
Okay. On
That's
Int, I take it.
Octopus is cunning. Yeah.
Yep. Now the investigate is a 28.
All right. And rooting through the books, you do find one that matches the description. Clearly written in a proprietary Modron language. This is pretty typical of Modron bookkeepers. They don't see any necessary logic in sticking to a language everybody can speak, where they have one that makes sense to them and them alone. But that's what this book is. Nath,
And then as Nath pulls it out to inspect the cover with both hands, he falls.
is anybody stopping him, or is that it?
He's got Featherfall up.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Who cares?
I
Yeah,
heard
no.
you pick up those dice. Come on now.
And Nath, you realize you're holding one of Cube's spell books. You realize that this creature, and looking around the room, you see he's amassed an outstanding amount of magical knowledge over however many decades of his research.
And I'll,
All right, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Just a quick question for Brickroad. When we were searching through that list of Modron hats, was there one very large conical hat?
Are you insinuating that Cube might be a black mage?
I'm insinuating that he might have a giant Modron wizard hat. Yes.
So there's like a Mojang Cornathon in there.
Yeah.
and I'll put the book down in front of Cube.
Okay. And again, he does a little incantation with his hand to open the latch, unlock the book, and he opens up and begins perusing it. Riot.
Mm-hmm.
He sends you a quick message
Okay.
to go
good.
into one of the other alcoves and fetch him blank parchment, ink and quill.
Okay. I'll go and get those.
What type of parchment?
Blank parchment.
College ruled.
I mean, they're not hard to find, I assume.
I mean, you have to do some fishing around because the organization was done by a Modron, which makes sense to him. But
Okay.
yeah, you do find the various materials you need.
Okay. I'll come bring it back.
Could you, Riot, could you ask him if he minds if I take a look at one of these books, just out of curiosity?
Yeah,
Professional?
I'll ask him that. I'll ask him, is it okay if Nath reads your stuff?
No, it is absolutely not okay that Nath peruses this higher level wizard spellbooks for curiosity.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
but to be clear here, Ferocity is already doing that.
You can't because his spellbooks are all locked
Oh,
with cantrips that only he knows.
Yeah, Nath didn't even take one off the shelf without asking. So.
The alcoves in A and B, none of those books are locked. Those are general knowledge and such. But
yeah, that's where Ferocity is then. She got bored with the locked ones.
so Cube is having a lot of difficulty concentrating, but he manages to scrawl out some communication. He asks who you are.
We are friends of Zooks, let's say. We were sent to find and save Eldove.
He asks if his next few scrawlings, in an absolutely immaculate hand, by the way. I mean, this is just effortless calligraphy coming off of this Modron.
It's actually Times New Roman.
Right. He's asking if you've seen certain rooms in the hut, and he's naming off rooms that no, you haven't come across.
No, we've explored most doors, but we haven't seen any rooms like this.
And every time he asks if you've seen a room and you tell him that you haven't, he seems more and more dejected.
I want to ask him what's past that one door that doesn't open.
The one upstairs?
Yeah.
And he writes the control room.
Ah.
Makes sense why when
I ask him,
in that room.
I ask him what year in the Infector Hashkar's reign he thinks this is.
And he doesn't keep Sigel's reckoning. He doesn't know. It's not the calendar he uses.
Yeah. Okay.
Any idea how long you were frozen like that?
No, there's not. He has no idea. It could have been a day. It could have been a century. What happened was I can actually make some, like an endurance check for him real quick. Make sure he's staying up. Yeah, he's fine. For now. What happened was the hut started to reassert control over itself. And for the better part of a year, there was a battle of wills between Eldove, the sorcerer who was controlling it, and the hut itself. When that started happening, at that time, Cube, who had been his companion for many, many years, doing magical research inside of the hut with him, counseled that it might be time to abandon it, that it was becoming too dangerous, but that Eldove would not. And because Eldove didn't abandon the hut, Cube decided to stay as well. Until he saw his master go through the door into the control room, and he sensed something was very, very off. And he tried to follow him in, but the doors just slammed shut as he was lunging for it. And the last thing he saw was the room beyond just engulfed in this incredibly supernaturally hot flame. Just an inferno burning on the other side. At that point, he couldn't move. He was completely petrified. He found that all of his spell slots had been drained. He had nothing he could do. So he essentially just turned off his consciousness, which is something that he thought could
Put
preserve.
himself in sleep.
Yeah, exactly. He put himself in sleep mode to preserve his sanity until someone came along.
But you were under some kind of enchantment, some kind of effect that was keeping you asleep.
And at this point, he scrolls up one of the parchments he's been writing on, and he hands it up to Riot.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells you that this will break the enchantment permanently, and then he will be of more use to you.
Okay.
And at that point, his eyes close again. He crashes down to the ground and is inert once more.
Does this... I'll look over the spell or the scroll he gives me. Does this look something I could cast?
The scroll itself looks like a scroll of teleport. Teleportation scroll.
Okay.
But there are notes written in the margins, and reading through them, you come to understand the nature of getting to the lowest level of the hut. You need to teleport there. But the hut will only accept the spell. It can transport up to 6 people, but one of those people has to have been in the hut when Eldove asserted control. Otherwise, it will not function.
Okay. So I'll gather Ferocity from wherever Ferocity is right now. And the rest.
Okay.
And say, everyone... Are we all ready to go down into the hut?
Is there any up or down in this place?
Let's find out.
Local subjective gravity is usually fine as a reference. It gets more complicated when you have multiple frames of gravity.
And we've actually been through that if you think about the Orgel Prime. Or
Yeah,
Orgel
it's
Plane.
true.
So
Let me rephrase. Is anyone ready to go deeper into the hut?
We're going deeper? I didn't think we could, but okay.
Let's do
According
it.
to this, we will.
Well, the spell
Okay.
will function only... I mean, anybody who can cast the teleport spell can use the scroll. But one of the components of this particular spell, it
Yeah.
won't function
It's cute.
unless one of your number has been to that level of the hut at the point when Eldove asserted control.
That's none of us.
But
That's
it's
cube.
Cube.
it's Cube. Yeah.
So I got to gather everybody in this room with Cube and make sure that we bring him along.
And you're going to try it?
Let me make sure that teleport's a bard spell. It is. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's try this.
Okay.
Everyone in the room.
And you go to expend the spell,
Mhm.
and it doesn't work. Evidently, Cube was not there when Eldove asserted control.
You're right. We gotta bring one of them. We gotta bring one of them schmucks out here.
Well, who else would?
One
I
of his
mean-
old
Zook?
adventuring companions, maybe. I mean, Zook, Eric. I mean,
When he inserted control, though. All right. Oh, well, yeah, all right. I get it.
Jade Bullows is a favor, and she seemed much more tolerable. Oh wait,
This is-
sorry, wrong character.
Does the spell scroll disappear? Like, have we wasted the scroll?
No, you haven't.
Okay, cool. How are we gonna explain this to the gloss?
We need to cast
we
a
need
spell,
to?
and magic is horseshit.
Why don't you cast Sending to one of them that can teleport or plane shift on their own?
Yeah, let me do that. Right, waste a sending slot.
It probably won't function inside the hut, which you are.
Oh no, I know. I'm proving a point here.
She,
Yeah.
yeah, she's doing it snidely,
Oh,
out of spite.
Spitefully staring at Nath the entire time.
Yeah.
I hadn't tried it.
Wait, hold up, Nath. I'm not casting a fucking cantrip here.
Yeah, right. Sends to, I don't know, Eric. Let's say, Eric, if you're hearing this, you deserve to be the one to come to. Where are we? We're in
Eldove's stupid hut.
to Eldove Stupid Hut
Archon.
On the relentless,
on Acheron. Yeah.
But no, the spell doesn't go anywhere. The
Damn,
sending does
that
not
was kind
leave
of-
its-
Well,
Hoping he got that one, huh?
yeah.
What did
Yeah. So there's your answer, Nath.
So we
I
have
didn't
to
hear
step
anything.
out.
Well, unless there's somebody
we?
in this hut who was there. Does it have to be an individual? Like,
Do you think there's anyone that lives in the hut aside from this group of
Yes.
adventurers that took
I
it?
keep hearing whispers all around the hut, or
keep
at
hearing
least
whispers, and we know that someone's been through the hut and reset.
What about that? What about that guy in the
In
room
the pool.
with the weird machines?
You think he was here? We could
The
go
pool
ask him.
creature, if it wasn't lying, was brought here, but maybe the creature with the weird machines.
Yeah, let's go talk to him.